Hi, welcome back to Positivity with me, Danielle. So, as everyone knows, I've been going for a while. I haven't done an episode since I believe to be December or January. I think I told y'all Happy New Year's, but I'm not sure. I will look back at my old episodes. If I didn't, Happy New Year's, New Year. So, I'm going to catch up on sort of why I wasn't around. The reason why, because of course my business is nobody's business, but the reason why I want to actually talk about it is because I want to try to help anyone who is going through what I went through, or might go through what I went through, or has been, that wants to speak out. I just want to open that door, and if somebody chooses to talk about it later or reach out to me, then I'll be happy. I feel like my goal sort of worked out there. Okay, so where do I start? So a long time ago, maybe in about 2016, somewhere around 2016, 2015, I got diagnosed with something called endometriosis. Endometriosis is when your lining, it could be your C-section lining, surgery lining, just scar tissue, becomes really bad and it's not healing right, and it gives you a whole lot of issues. So in my case, it was my C-section scar. I had 2 C-sections by then. My oldest son, he was an emergency C-section, so I wasn't cut how I actually was supposed to be cut. So that sort of made an issue. The second time that I was cut, they couldn't really cut through the same C-section. They tried to, but the layers weren't lined up. So the healing process was a little different and a little harder. So I guess the tissue behind it didn't really heal right. Anyway, long story short, that gave me a lot of issues. But I had my son in 2009. I didn't have any really bad issues till about 2014, I'll say. 2014 to, somewhere around there. 2014, 2015 is where I noticed that I was getting a bubble underneath my C-section scar under the skin. I also started having very painful intercourse. I started having very, very painful menstruals. Our menstruals are already bad. Women, you understand, if you get cramps, bloating, headaches. I was beyond. I had headaches so bad that I had to sit in a dark room. I had cramps so bad that I would ball up on the bed holding a heating pad and a pillow. I had really bad bloating. I had just had bad everything. My menstrual would come on, it will go off, and then it will come back on, or it will come on and stay on for like 14 days. So I had a really bad menstrual. So part of dealing with endometriosis is, for one, being on birth control, because your hormone level being higher supposedly is better for endometriosis. It makes it so it's not as painful, which is why one of the diagnoses for endometriosis is getting pregnant, and another one is surgery, where they remove the scar tissue. The scar tissue idea was eventually what I was going to do with my endometriosis, until I found out that it can reoccur and it can come back every year. So I didn't want to get another surgery after I have scar tissue, when that was already what I was dealing with in the first place. So I didn't want to keep getting these surgeries, and especially if it was going to keep coming back over and over again, I really didn't want to deal with that. So my mind sort of went with the whole pregnancy thing, especially being that a lot of people get endometriosis, they become infertile. So me thinking about not being able to get pregnant was a really stressful thing for me. So when I got pregnant with my son Aiden, it was a big thing for me. It was a blessing, because I felt like having endometriosis that I would be infertile and not be able to have any more kids. So that was a big thing for me. I even had looked at fertility clinics and different things to go about if there was really a bad situation. So I went about looking at it in all different ways, thinking I was going to have to get like all types of surgeries just to get pregnant, but it wasn't that bad. I wound up getting pregnant pretty easily, and well, not pretty easily, in about a month or 2 I ended up getting pregnant. And then from there, symptoms were really bad at first, because I ended up with gallstones. So I had gallstones while I was pregnant, which was really bad for me. So I had to cut out all fried foods. I had to slow down on certain foods, certain sugars, drink more water, and I became better. You know, I started thinking of my son more than thinking of myself, and I actually became better health-wise. I even felt better. I had more energy. I was doing pretty good for myself at that time. Then I was pregnant. My son was getting bigger. He was healthy. Everything was okay. Of course, I wanted a girl and I had a boy, but all children are blessings. I love my son to death. I wouldn't trade him for the world. None of them. So thank God for that. I wound up getting pregnant. 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. I'm fine. I have no symptoms of endometriosis. I'm doing perfectly good. I had my son in December of 2016, and then I will say maybe in March, because I got my gallstones removed February of 2017. Yeah, I got my gallstones removed February 2017. My gallbladder, I'm sorry, because I was still having that burning pain on the side, so I knew my gallbladder was not fixed. Plus the stones were still there after I had my Sunday checked. So I got that surgery done. I started feeling a lot better, but I got really bloated. My stomach got really bloated. I assumed that something was wrong, so I kept going back to the doctors. Doctor really didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. Oh, you can have symptoms up to a year. You can have pain up to a year. Sort of like he was flagging me off because I was a nurse. He assumed that I was diagnosing myself, which I was not. But whatever, went from there. I actually had hernia surgery too, because I had big hernia. I lift a lot at work. I also have kids that I have lifted, and when my dad was sick, I was lifting him. So I do a lot of stuff. Also, being a single mother, I do a lot of lifting and moving stuff around the house, whatever. So I wound up with these hernias. I got the hernias removed, but they came back. So what brought me back, which is the now, is in December I went back for the hernias, and when they did the hernias, I was complaining about certain symptoms, and I said I'm having burning on my right side, but like my lower, like, you know, around your sort of like your I can't think of the word right now. It's not coming to my mind, probably because I'm thinking too hard. Around your groin. So I had like pain around here. I was using the bathroom, like I was urinating a whole lot. I just had a lot of stuff going on. I was getting these constant migraines. I was having these sharp stomach pains, and I'm like, oh, the endometriosis is coming back. And they tested me. I got something called a PET scan, where they sort of scan your body for cancers or for viruses, infections, and they found out that I had something in my appendix. So I had a tumor in my appendix, which they wound up checking and eventually saying they wanted to remove. So January 8th is when my surgery was scheduled. My birthday was January 5th. I am a year older. I had a real chill birthday because I knew I had surgery coming up the next day or two. Actually, I think my surgery was the 7th and my birthday was the 5th. So it was a nice birthday. I did what I had to do, prepared for my surgery. After I had my surgery, where I got my appendix removed, I actually felt a lot better. It was a very painful surgery. It was very hard, I won't lie. But once I got through it, I felt a lot better without having all the constant pain. Then as time went on, I noticed the really bad menstruals were coming back, and it's sort of like one surgery sort of flared up another situation where my endometriosis came back. So I'm not going to have another baby. After 3 boys, I'm sort of at my line where I don't really want no more kids. Like I said, love my boys to death, wouldn't trade them for the world, but I feel like I want to get to a certain point of stability before I have any more children, which I'm pretty good right now. I take care of my kids, got my own house, own car, but y'all know what I mean. Women, y'all really know what I mean. Like, I want to get to a point, not about being married, not about having a good baby dad or none of that crap. I just want to get to a point for myself, mentally, physically, before I decide to have another child, which I'm just not really looking forward to having another kid. I think I'm at my point. I got my 3 boys. They love each other. They're together. They stick up for each other and drive me crazy most of the time, but I still love them to death. So with that being said, I'm like, what am I going to do now for this endometriosis that I have? So I went back to the doctor and I said, you know, I'm having these pains, I'm having this. She said, oh, you got pregnant and it went away. I don't think it's endometriosis. So they started me on a therapy, which I go to, and I pretty much talk to like a therapist about dealing with muscles in the stomach and mentally dealing with certain things, and I've been doing okay. I'll keep you up on my process. But one thing I have noticed that I wanted to do is when I stress, I eat and I gain weight. So I know that's a lot of women. Some women actually stress and they lose weight. I stress and I gain weight. I eat more. I cook more. I'm just wanting to take care of home. I have 3 boys that I cook for every day. So wanting to take care of home, and as I'm cooking, I'm eating. So one thing I wanted to talk about with even endometriosis, even with high blood pressure, even with all types of stuff that we got going on, is sometimes changing your diet can help you a lot. So I was going to the gym. I felt 1,000 times better. This is when I first had Aiden. I felt 1,000 times better. I had energy. I was doing a lot of stuff that I used to do before. I was looking good. I lost a lot of weight. I was doing really good. So I think that I want to go to the gym again, but I really want to change my diet. So I have a friend that a lot of you know that has become vegan. I want to try to do the vegetarian thing for a little while and see if my body can. Sorry, while I was recording there was an interruption. I'll fix that eventually. I'm just getting back into my YouTube zone and sort of getting myself together for my channel again, because I do want to start posting more. So please send me your ideas, things you want to talk about, things you want to hear about, because I am open to it. I want to try to help bring a little positivity into the world whenever I can. So even if it's the channel with my 30, 40 loyal supporters that watch me and help me and talk to me and critique me, that works for me. That makes me feel happy, like I'm actually making a difference. So what I was saying is I really want to get on a better diet and sort of try to figure out things that are going on in my body and my health, and see if maybe it's because of what I'm eating. Now, we all know about Nipsey passing away, God bless his soul, and we all know about him doing a documentary on Dr. Sebi. I always say his name wrong. Sebi, I think. Sebi. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So one thing that we all pretty much did is look up and like, what is he talking about? What's going on? I had already heard of the doctor because I had heard of it a long time ago when they brought up the left eye situation, but I never really looked fully into it. So now, of course, we're looking into it even more, most of us. So me looking into it and him talking about how the meats are bad for us and sort of explaining and breaking it down has sort of opened my mind even more, because I was already thinking about it just watching, knowing I have a friend that is vegan now and she feels better, her health is better. So that sort of makes me want to feel better and try it out and see how it does for me. So one thing I was going to do is probably not this week, but maybe next week, I will start trying to get some vegan meals from her. I will also give y'all her information. I'm still trying to get her on the show. She has a very busy schedule, just like I do. We're working mothers. So whenever she gets time, I'll try to bring her on here and have her talk about it more, because she can explain it. But I do want to try to start doing some vegan meals, maybe not every day, but here and there, vegetarian type things, and see what I could do. Cut out some sugars, cut out starches, cut out some things, and just see how I feel health wise, not even weight wise, health wise. Like, I want my health to be better. I've seen situations where people get surgery after surgery after surgery. Even at my age, I have got way too many surgeries for my age, and I'm not talking about having my kids. Gallbladder, tonsils, adenoids. I had my appendix just removed. I just had a lot of stuff, and it's just to a point where my health is just, it gets better and then it gets worse all over again. So if just changing my diet can help that situation, then I want to try it. And I know sometimes watching someone else do something can inspire you to do it. So if we could all get our health together and get our diets together, that would be a great thing. So I want to start the journey and then tell people what I'm doing and how it's going for me, and then hopefully they'll join me, and then we'll have more people to talk about it, and we'll have other stuff to talk about. So that's pretty much it. That's why I was not on the show. I was healing. I was getting myself better. I was trying to find different ways to avoid myself of getting sick again. So I want y'all to sort of go with me through my journey, but that is not going to be the subject at all of positivity. I will bring it up. I will tell y'all how I'm doing, how I'm feeling, what I've been doing, if I lost weight, if my health got better, but I don't want that to be everything. So I still want people to send me what they want to talk about. I still come up with other subjects of stuff to talk about. I still would do the lives on Instagram and talk about certain things and get people's opinion. So please hit me up. You can either hit me up on here, you can write me on Instagram, Facebook, you can text me if you have my phone number, whatever it takes. Just let me know what you want to see and what you want to talk about or what you want to know. I'll look up information that I don't know myself, because I definitely don't know everything, and we can figure it out together. So thank you so much for checking back in on Positivity. I missed you guys so much, and I'm sorry for the wait, and we'll continue on and see how things going. Bye. So for today's word of advice, my word to you is take care of your body. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your likes and your dislikes. Pay attention to what makes you sick, what makes your stomach hurt. Just pay attention. Even when you think something is normal or the doctor tells you it's okay, just pay attention to yourself and care about yourself. Thank you.
Say thanks for watching.